I woke up today to catch up on some LEC action from the weekend because I wasn't able to see it live. Los Ratones has joined LEC, which is absolutely awesome, some banger content. Of course, I want to follow it and see, because it's very exciting to see how they pair up against the other teams. I did see the other two matches and they didn't go so well. And then I was going to watch the third one. And little did you know, Thebausffs pulled out Vi top lane. And as you may know, I'm Viking. I've been ranked 1 Vi a bunch of times, beaten Thebausffs with Vi a bunch of times. So I actually just wanted to record it and we can react to the whole game together. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know the results. I don't know how Thebausffs did. I just saw a pick Vi and I just like, okay, I want to talk about this, maybe analyze a bit and just react to the game in general. So maybe we can pick apart his runes, his setup, how he plays the lane. Obviously, it's going to watch the whole game, but I want to make some insights on how he does with Vi, maybe what he can do better, what he does really well, and then just overall have a great time. So let's just watch, yeah?
Lost Ratones looking at their first win on the LEC versus stage. Casey looking to round it out.
First off, he got his runes. He's playing Halo Blades, Sudden Impact, Momentous, Ultimate Hunter, which makes a whole lot of sense. He's been usually playing his full damage Vi, which is what I think is the best in solo lanes. You have some incredible damage, and when you're laning, even if you're neutral, compared to jungle, if you go neutral in laning, it's going to feel like you're a really fed jungler, and Vi really fed, especially with the full damage build, is insanely strong. So this is why he plays this. He also going shield bash and bone plating, which I think makes a lot of sense. This is also the same setup that I've been using when I'm laning. He's playing against a Gnar, so then it makes even more sense, because sometimes I like to take, I really like Demolish, and I think Thebausffs does too, but in tough lanes like this, it's going to be unlikely that you're able to take down a bunch of plates, but although that's quite nice, so I really like this setup. I think it makes a whole lot of sense. I think you could do some tricky stuff with triple tonic and cashback, but this helps your laning phase a bit, which is very important, because once you get into late game anyways, you're going to be incredibly strong. So it is the early game that is the tricky part about this this champion, unless you can get a really good Q level 1. So let's see what he does.
Round out the week by beating both of the ERL promotion teams, Lost Ratones and KCB. The two opponents they would have taken down.
I hope they can get some wins this season. Playing as KC.
Of this bot lane in middle bush. Reckless can step
forward.
The ward down should be cleared out by KC. Gets a little bit of
Velja has seems super nervous. I hope he steps up.
Did we see it at Red Bull League of its own?
They played okay, but yeah, Velja has been a big gap.
Lost to KCB, KCB lost to KC, so in the spirit of confusion, KC should lose to Ella. Yeah, we are trying to get that circle of suck going.
Yeah, big fan of it.
I'm a big fan of it as well, and today has helped. Today has really helped in the circle of suck. We might have a weak one-er. We need Lost Ratones to pick up this win, though, if we're going to get there. Cosmic Binding just wide of clipping onto Busio there. The
Reckless on board, I like it.
In favor of Crowny and Reckless to kick us off.
Yeah, I mean, at the early stages, it's going to be very much lanes kind of left to their lonesome.
Playing police, why? I respect it.
It's level 6. Mundo, not exactly the...
Starting Q here? Oh, great trade. See what I mean about the level 1 Q? This is the only way to win this lane.
For the moment, having some decent trades for Lost Ratones. Like, these are the kind of things that you want.
If let Mar have a free level 1 too, it's going to be a tough lane. Going to get poked.
Trade onto Busio and Kaliss, but Kaliss with that long-range sniper chips away at Reckless. Put down those 2 Caretaker shrines and heals himself back up. Bard relatively mana hungry in the early game, especially if you're putting down those Caretaker shrines. So you do want to get
everything normal.
Get some of your chimes where you can.
You're going to have to correct me on his name. The Bard main.
It's going Doran's Blade and
Lathyrus put out a really good video that I was watching earlier today on like the different builds you can go for Bard. And he was saying actually what he likes to do in Enchanter matchups is try and
moving down mid lane.
Pick up the tier and go.
He's going to try to burn the flash level.
But the beauty of it is that having that early tier solves a lot of those mana problems. And all you can do is just spam every time there's a second W, a second shrine up and available, just toss it onto your AD carry.
Yeah.
And it means that you're getting your tier stacks and also just solving a lot of your issues with like healing and mana as well.
You shouldn't lose anything. Maybe a minion on this run. Alright.
Holding on.
Nothing burned though. He might lose double scuttle now.
Able to get himself to safety. Now we'll reset and come back onto the map. relatively sharpish with those home guards. In the mid lane, Nemesis and Yahoo trading as you would expect in the
yeah, Nemesis is doing really well, but he should win this lane.
In terms of individual skill on this Lost Returns team, rare that you see him really get demolished.
Okay, it doesn't lose top scuttle.
I think if Lost Returns are going to have a performance that gets them into playoffs in LEC versus, they are going to rely a lot on Nemesis.
He's going to queue this, no?
In this game, a relatively short range KC, apart from say Yahoo. So if you are looking at an Orianna Shockwave, you have a lot of people that you can start to hit in those situations. So any sort of 2003.
And we're back into the game. Let's go. Yeah, I'll get to see the top lane here. Nice.
Weird computer and wowing. Get back onto
mid lane's boring. Look at top lane.
The game seems like the hardware issue was rectified. Small lead for Nemesis in the mid lane. There's a way pushing.
Orianna's here. We've seen 100 times. Why not look at top lane?
I do want to know. Look at how much vision there is for Casey in that bot side jungle. There's an absolute slew of wards down there. Just making sure they can really.
Most important thing when you play lane boy is playing around your passive well.
I don't think this is really
junglers are not very used to playing around their cooldown in the same regard as laners, so your passive and your Halo blades is crucial. Also your bone plating, possible. Try to make trades when you have passive and bone plating, it's going to be impossible to lose a trade pretty much.
And same in mid lane, you're waiting on Yahoo to hit the level 6 before he really has that kind of kill pressure.
I wonder what it's going to build.
For Nemesis. So just take your time, farm your way through, take it nice and easy and breasy.
And solo queue has been using hubris, which makes sense. Looks like he goes for a cheater recall here, just using his passive to soak up that trade, try to push in the wave. But yeah, you see it's tough. He only got really punishment in the early game. He cleared enough of the wave to give up 2 minions, it's fine.
This does have gravitum, so if a gank was to materialize, he can.
He's probably just going to buy longswords here, maybe a refillable.
It's not really going to happen. First, Drake though up in 7
it's fine call.
Oh,
that's greedy.
It, so it might be an early dragon
no pots. Classic. Against a Gnar. I get it though, because you're going to lose that.
You're going to have that bounce in the bot lane, and you could be in a little bit of trouble. Speaking of Nemesis, taking a little bit of damage here from Yahoo in the mid lane.
Oh, Shockwave used just to clear the wave. If it had clipped Yahoo, you're happy, but really you just want to make sure that wave is gone so you can get back to base and back out on the map.
So I think what Bals's thought process here is having pots doesn't really matter. You got to win the trades. Oh, that's close. It's tough. Top laners are pretty good at spacing. You're going to be able to catch a lot of solo queue players with those queues. Getting in a cheeky position. That's nice.
Nice trade in there with the denting blows as well. Got the first prop. Doesn't quite get the second.
So yeah, having the heal doesn't really matter. You got to kill him.
Down towards the mid lane. Yahoo actually DCing. We'll see exactly.
Okay. Back again.
Recalling, it does have TP.
So what I was saying about the top lane matchup here, even if you heal up his poke, it doesn't really matter. His health bar is almost the only thing that matters, because you gotta get him low enough to go for that kill pressure with the level 6. Just trying to survive that lane and heal up and sustain, eventually you'll lose, because Gnar has no mana, he's gonna heal up with his passive a bunch of times, so you have to play in like small time zones, should I say. You can't play the lane for 5 minutes, you gotta try to win it in like 2. If not, you're gonna lose that resource battle anyways.
Alright. Transcending himself as he looks for the damage. There's the heal from Busio.
Also, Tunnel's bot lane had. Oh, that's nice. Okay. I was gonna say, also Tunnel's bot lane has been doing really well in lanes.
3 camps ahead. Baus was moving across as well. In the end, we'll just end up returning to the top lane.
And a great game by Belgia as well on this window.
Starting to get active in towards the jungle. And,
he's doing really well. He's far ahead of you.
Especially if you try and keep him at bay. So I think for Lost Returns, at least some life. That's what we want to see from them.
Really nice start.
Okay, Ball staying a little bit longer.
Busio just going to shove out this wave. As we see Crowny
can't recall. Balls will get a slightly bigger back here than Kana. Those Thebausffs are rough.
2-3 camps maybe even 4 camps ahead of the end is clear. There is a
the whole
as well.
KC team in general, it's not super easy for Vi. Aphelios and Azir is like fine, yes. Not Aphelios is pretty easy, but Lulu, one of the worst. Wukong, one of the worst, and Mark is also quite tough, especially if he builds armor early. He's always gonna win long fights. And if he gets too tanky, you're just gonna not be able to burst him. You have to exploit his mini-Gnar, like right now when he's exhausted. Not when he can start stacking up with immediately, but right after he loses Mega-Gnar is when you have a window. Try to look for those trades without him stacking up his passive. Then it's just too tanky with the transformation and the CC that comes through.
To fight over this Scuttle Crab as well, has Reckless in tow for a
if you're doing fine though in farming, you can do great things later with getting nice picks onto the KC carries. Okay, I think they're fine. He actually died. Oh, this is a disaster. What? Yeah, I thought that would be better.
Is waiting for him. Great flash away.
No way.
It tastes purple.
Lulu's broken.
Wall is built by Lulu and Busio.
I didn't know purple tasted like dirt. KC finding that fight against Lost Tones. I don't know, like Lost Tones had started off so well, but keep your eyes on the minimap in this one. Crowny completely separated.
It's really awkward. Crowny can't really fight here without just getting turned on.
Crowny can't really get into a solid position here, especially as you get
Reckless just died. And yeah, Veldra is just in there before he really has any follow-up. So they kind of just die one by one. They've been struggling to have the coordination there with the timing. When they collapse and so on, they had the same in the 2 prior games as well. They had a great start this game, but yeah, now it's kind of cooked. They were doing so well in every single lane, actually. Valve's like teeny tiny behind, but that's to be expected. Unless you get a surprising start. Mid winning, bot winning.
Moves down towards that mid lane. We saw it yesterday on the volley. He can find those ganks towards mid, but if he's spotted, it's so
they do scale well, but see your Lulu, Aphelios,
you kind of have to go, okay,
with that front line is quite tough.
He's going to act as a secondary jungler and start shifting between lanes, or either staying in that top side and having value play towards him, because Nemesis is now flashless, Crowny flashless, Reckless flashless.
Yayu didn't actually have ultimate, but nice fake there. Baker would know that cooldown.
Nemesis burning his flash when Yahoo's ultimate still was on cooldown. Still a few seconds before it comes back up. There's the risk of a wild growth for the knock up into a polymorph or something, so I don't blame Nemesis for that, but maybe a few missteps. As it's about 1,000 gold lead for KC, and we
another pause.
Do have
is it because Los Rotondos has too many Fnatic players? Is that what's going on here?
Is like, as this year goes on, these are just going to become a juggernaut bot lane.
Yeah,
that just really propel KC to new heights.
And we're back onto the rift. As it seems everything was rectified. Reckless stepping forward here. Doesn't have the flash. Does have heal.
Looks like a repeat.
The Cyclone to knock him up into the wild growth. He still gets through polymorph. Tempered Fate not in time. Wukong goes golden.
That's rough.
His prize. Yike.
Actually, just bounce the castle gaming. Unlucky. Bounce with the proxy.
Gives time there for the kill to come
through.
Another nice pick from KC.
Yeah, you can just play around with the Q movement here. You should be fine.
The top lane
until the jungle comes. Now Kana will start losing.
Actually benefits you a lot more than it does the player
Kana's too quick with it.
Kana has support and Yahoo's here. Emperor's Divide into a nice little combo. Kana gets the roll quest complete.
I mean, he wants a zero ultimate, which is really big for Nemesis because he has no flash right now, and Yike is on the top side. So I'm not wrong with me. I mean, it's not great to die there, but he got something. Kind of lost some minions, and yeah, you used ultimate.
Yeah, just playing a little bit around that.
Bal's been doing surprisingly well so far. I feel like he hasn't been a problem. Yes, he's struggled a bit sometimes, but and ironically, the big jungle gap hit to say.
We're not really under too much threat of getting caught out. Kana picking up more plates on this top side, forcing Baus out It's a very small CS.
And just like team coordination, I guess, overall has also been a bit off.
Yeah, also just having ticked over with the top lane quest means he's just gotten 600 XP as well, which is a sizable portion of that XP lead that's open. But
oh, Ball's going for the cleaver. I was gonna say the cleaver is very good against Gnar Wukong. Surprise is going towards that route. But it's a very good item. I thought he might have went for like a low Dominic second. It doesn't take that much armor for it to be worth to go. Oh, this is a nice. Ah, this is a beautiful pick. Look at him. All right.
I don't watch basketball, but great stuff from Lost Returns.
A good timing window from Boss. The wave it just pushed
He's using the wrong chroma. Oh, is he using the white one? No, he's using some sort of a blue one. The white and black one, police officer. Also better, just saying.
As well, which is the late game scaler that you need that money on.
Yeah, needs to get towards that first item. Does Nemesis has himself a tier and a lost chapter right now. Busio here trying to hold the wave, but can't.
I'm scared for this Lula Helios later. I really am.
That World Atlas is completed.
Gnar is getting worse and worse to deal with as well, and yeah, even though you're getting Black Cleaver, you're never gonna win those long fights. I wonder if he's gonna go for Eclipse. Eclipse has some amazing synergy with Black Cleaver. I doubt it that he will do that, but
yeah, and it's probably he's gonna be followed with the
I don't think he's gonna go Essence Reaver either.
The attack speed and the shields
Because
and everything
you kind of
else,
need some crit to begin with to make it worth it.
this Wukong as much as possible and the Gnar to find
But yeah, you're running into trouble here. You're not going to win long fights against him, and you're not going to win short fights because you don't have enough damage with Black Cleaver. So you're turning this more into like a utility build, which is not ideal. But yeah, it is a very tough fight game to play in general. Gnar is like, okay, skill matchup.
Fattening up his pocket.
But it gets worse and worse, and unless you get ahead.
Just keep eyes on where everyone is for this dragon.
Especially if Gnar builds tanky. Oh, this is gonna be rough. He might be dead here.
No wallop to come up for the follow-up CC. Baus is gonna go in. Meanwhile, on the bottom side, Veli's chasing forward. Baus trying to get
He's
away from
definitely
this.
dead.
He needs another couple
Wait.
of autos. He doesn't get the second, so he flashes.
Wait.
Baus flashes away.
Wait.
Oh, the boomerang tickled. The heels of Baus, but he still escapes.
Baus is such a rat.
There's
no way he lives.
There's a fight down towards this Drake. It's a Cam Drake. Yahoo does have the Emperor's Divide.
Well done, though.
TPing down towards the bottom side.
Yeah, Yahoo's
Picked up the Thebausffs, I like that. Everybody on KC. Oh my. Ah, beautiful combo.
Beautiful from Lost Returns. Cyclone coming out.
Oh, get him. Crown is dead though. Oh, get him. Nice. Still dead though. 3 for 3? 2 for 3.
But Lost Returners has shown they are
If it don't count Baus.
It's a 2
Well, Baus
for
lived.
3 in favor of Lost Returns, and they can come back out and look for this once more. That was a hard-fought fight. We missed the start of it because we were looking at that top side.
Beautiful combo.
Out of the equation. You can see them TPing back in.
It's the same thing Caps did at Worlds. Putting it on window, just calling, flashing when you're or like I'm gonna ult. You just flash. Beautiful.
It will be end up as a trade 2-4-3 in favor of Lost Returns.
Big shot down going over to Velio as well.
Oh, no, man. Oh, nice. Okay, I think that's enough to get Drake. Baus also moving down here for some pressure. Picking up that mid wave. That's nice, and then you can go catch the top wave after. This is really good.
Yeah, Nemesis and Reckless's ults are up way sooner because I believe they were well, obviously Nemesis
Might be losing Herald here, which sucks because that means you're gonna lose mid lane tower.
So in this position, just ult economy advantage for Lost Returns.
But there's what it is.
And this is something Lost Returns did so
Nevis getting strong here though. He's going damage too. I don't think he's gonna go for Zonios. I hope not. I hope it just goes pure damage. And ironically, Shadow Flame will just straight into Rabadons. I can see him going up bounce here.
Maybe it was. Maybe Yike's just gonna ride it to the mid lane.
Yeah, that's just mid tower.
When you see it immediately placed, it's not
Yeah, Baus completed Black Cleaver. Oh, it's too late.
I think that's why. I think they saw Reckless on the bottom side and knew that that was kind of their one window to use it before Reckless was able to defend a lot of the turrets. So
I could have gone on the crash there.
Now redirection to top side. I don't think he'll be able to get any more here.
He rides into a wall so he can get the scuttle crab.
Yeah, makes sense. But this is where you're seeing now. So Kana, quite a big advantage on that top half of the map. and Kalista with a pretty sizable advantage.
Yeah,
So if
Pulse
you're
is
KC,
1.5k
these are the two
behind. That's
people
not
that you're gonna
great.
be trying to play around, either
Really, really bad.
Kana in that side lane,
He's going
take down
another
some
phase,
structures,
which probably means he's
or
going
trying to keep Kalista
Trinity
alive.
Force.
You can see in that last fight, Lost Retones did a great job of taking out that support carry in Busio. And
I think
making
that's
sure that
fine.
Kalista was completely
It doesn't
isolated.
synergize
So
with
we'll have to see if
Halo
Lost
Blades all
Retones
that well,
set up
because
a
you don't really
similar
need
fight
it.
more like that.
I mean, when you have the flash and the shockwave up,
What else could
Velia's
he
flash and Nemesis's
possibly go
shockwave,
here?
It is very difficult to react to it because the shockwave, the animation starts.
Hopefully it
before the
doesn't go
flash has even
experimental
come through.
Hexblade,
So it's like, oh, do
which
flash?
I
Do
think
do
builds out of
expect
H
that to
now.
happen? Am I just going to burn this 5-minute cooldown when
It's
at
just not a good
120
item,
on,
so I
on
really
the
hope it's
shockwave?
not.
We'll be back up before you know it. Kana now put down
Yeah, you
towards
can
this
see
bottom
armor
lane to try
coming
and
out
take another
everywhere.
tower. Those
It's
plates
really
do still
tough.
remain on it. The gold you get from them falls off after the 11-minute mark, down about
Zoniel's
40
coming
gold
out.
per plate at the max amount of time after the 11-minute mark, but still, you are getting that little bit of extra gold.
Wukong with just very natural high armor because of his passive, and then now with the Thebausffs, you do need some shred, unless you just, your only job is going to be to kill the Aphelios. But that's, for most of the game, that's not going to be possible. Especially in pro play, where they're, you gotta deal with those silence. Oh, I don't think this is good. I don't think this looks good. Or, boss misses Q, but they still get him. Nice. Okay, that's good.
It's a 5v3 on this top side now in favor of Lost Returns, and now just set up for a kill and back away.
The confidence starting to come
I'm
through
really
here
curious
for
what
Lost
Boss is
Retones.
building here. It's gotta be
The
Trinity Force,
mid-tower,
right?
The immediate run top, the
I don't mind
picks
it.
are happening, and KC were scrambling to try and cover, but
You-
they're too late. And
oh.
now Kana,
Kana needs to get out of here. Doesn't
Oh,
have
he's
the
dead.
flash, the knife
Yeah,
to the wall,
beautiful.
dodged by Nemesis, a one
Nice.
follow-up, but Crowley won't
There's nothing in particular that is like very wrong about going Halo Blades with Trinity Force or this Bruiser build. It is actually quite good. Conquer is amazing. But when you're laning, Halo Blades is a bit better for the early laning phase. That's why I don't like it as much in jungling when you're going Bruiser, because there's more all-in fights rather than trading. That's the difference. Oh, I'm really gonna just tank this. Alright, flash. No Zoniels and no flash on the Z, so Val's can actually try to look for him. Now we're gonna get some info on Val's build.
Would only be the second of the game for either of these two teams.
It's a bit too risky. Yeah, it's Trinity Force.
And the opportunity to try and look for him as that target with that Seeker's arm guard.
It's fine to go for the Hardbound Axe. Sheen is not that great right now. If you have space to buy the couple of longswords for Hardbound Axe, it's better to go a couple of longswords, then go the Sheen to maximize your burst. Because the attack speed is really not that valuable. The AD is much more important. Because Vi naturally has high attack speed with W, and especially with the Halo Blades. So it's more important to get the AD, which synergizes with attack speed and all their spells, which has incredible AD scalings. So getting heavy AD items is super important for Vi. Alright. Surely Yike's dead here. Maybe he's out.
Yike has a lot of tools in his toolkit to get out of this one. Crowley puts the fast out alteration down, flashes forward, and Yike will.
Is that worth?
Crowley claims it.
You just get a kill or flash. I guess you get Drake. I guess you do secure Drake. I feel like maybe that Drake is gone no matter what. And that's a bit of a waste of flash. Hopefully it doesn't get punished, because if he gets caught out, so then that's Baron. Hanging on to your cooldowns is a big deal. Nemesis is getting followed here though. You went for the Shadow Flame, I like it. It's a lot of damage. He has so much burst. And they're building zero MR, which makes the Shadow Flame better. Because sometimes I actually don't like mages going for the Shadow Flame second. Yes, it's easier to buy, but if you get Rabadons, you're way more flexible on your third item, because if not, you're kind of forced to go with Rabadons third if you really want to have that big damage, or fourth. So you gotta get it at some point, but
KC have actually done a good
if you get
job
Rabadon's
getting
second,
points
which
down.
makes it a
It's
little
just
bit
that they've
trickier
been
on the
outpaced
second
thanks to
item,
match
but
journey
everything
to
after
Reckless to
is
get
getting
through those side
amplified
lanes.
by that
And it
Rabadon's
looks
and
like
makes
once
you
more
way
that's
more
kind of going to be the
flexible,
plan. You can see Dark
which
in
I
mid,
think is quite nice,
already
because
Reckless
suddenly
on
they're
top side
building
taking vision
MR,
for Nemesis.
and now suddenly you want
And that is the
to
last
go
effort
void
that's still
stuff.
there. And if Lost Tones win something on the top
Now we're
side,
calling because you need to go
a Baron
Rabadon's,
could
because that's
easily
just
be the next
more
Warthog.
damage.
Oh, really quick Baron take as well. With the Yanara Mundo there as well.
Over Sonya's here.
It's going to be a locket.
This is why I like Rabadon's better, because when you're getting the Zonias, you're getting more and more AP. And then in the next time, you're getting more and more AP. Now you're not getting that Rabadon's amplification. Shadowflame is very good when you complete it though, but it hasn't been used. And now you're getting diminishing returns compared to Rabadon's. Anyways. Ball should have 24s here. Yeah, he does. That's a big spike. He is doing a lot of damage here. Even though he's Bruiser, he's not going for his crit buy, which I don't know. I can't confirm this, but I think he stole it from me.
Also, I think 5% less armor pen.
Not capping, by the way. Anyways.
A smidge less. It's not the end of the world.
Velda's getting very tanky. Yeah, you will shred him though.
On the enemy team, and you don't want him just healing through the entirety of the fight. So you need that grievous wound application. That's the last whisper. As KC,
this is rough. Yeah,
going in onto Kana.
this really hurts.
Now has to get out, but Kana's just going to chase him down.
Yeah, he's dead. Yeah, you can't queue those waves like that
on the bolo
anymore.
Falls to Kana.
And it does mean now Kana's in a position to threaten that tier 2 on the bottom side, which nullifies a lot
it's
of
going to be so much for the tower. That's a horrible death. Oi, oi, oi. I think he, since Kana had 0 stacks on his passive, I think he shouldn't have queued in wave. I think he should have tried to look for an actual trade, because if Kana's on 0 stacks, I actually think he can fight him.
It's something Kana does so well. He just draws attention to his side of the map, got himself an early
Because his Q cooldown is really low now for Baus. With Triforce and Black Cleaver. Ooh, close. I think he's dead, no? Nice. Alright, that's something. They don't get to push bot lane, they don't get to push top lane. So that's a really good kill.
Well played by Lost Returns to find that kill. Did have to burn Nemesis's flash.
Not able to do anything mid though. Baus gets to farm up though, maybe we can get that top tower.
CC and positioning in fights.
On the opposite side though, Kana not having flash also makes that threat of that narrow ultimate in and up.
True. Kana no flash, which is big for team fights, but it's also good for Baus.
So I think for Nemesis is going to be happy.
What is Baus going to build third here? Death Dance maybe?
And again, it's Nemesis being a key carry for this team, the key carry for this team.
Or Overlords, but Overlords is a bit annoying to build into Narc. It's not just a lot of percentage damage. This is W. But overall, Overlord is an amazing item this season and last season. But he might go Eclipse, he might go Son of Sky, he might go Strax, he might go Overlord, he might go Death Dance. There's a lot of options here, and they're all pretty good. So it's a little bit personal preference, a little bit what you want to do, not necessarily just there's one thing that is better. It depends what you think your purpose is or what you're good at. If you want to look for flanking, if you want to look for engages, if you want to look for silent plate, you want to look for dueling. So items aren't as easy as just do the math, bro. We're not 80 carries.
And for Lost Returns, they're just going to set up this vision pocket once.
Even so, even if you're an 80 carry, sometimes you don't have to kill the same.
20 seconds on
just every target. Sometimes your job is to kill certain targets, so you optimize for them. Sometimes, even if the top side builds tons of armor, I'll just decide, do we need my help to kill them? Maybe we don't have anybody who can deal with them. Maybe I'll build a Black Cleaver or something like this. Or build towards killing them. If not, sometimes I just ignore them and just go pure lethality. I think it's a nice attempt here, though.
Good tempered fate will stop any possibility of that Baron
but
take.
good read by Lost Returns. That's big.
Away from the dragon though, and opportunity for KC to try and re-establish themselves here. Kind of reset and bought that Sterix gauge thanks to that time bought with that Baron rush. And now no tempered phase. it's only the boss that can beat the engage tool.
Oh, they're getting flanked on. I think they're out.
Position, lost returns. Nimbus strike forward. There's a cyclone.
Oh, that's a good chain though. That's a really insane chain. But
immediately we
Nemmer?
see Crowny falling. Kalist going low though as well as Nemesis.
Yeah, a little bit overkill with that ultimate, but I understand why he did it.
Has the Gnar, but no flash. Remember, as Yike dodges across the wall to chase now onto that Gnar.
Right, surely we can get Drake here, right?
Survive the onslaught of KC.
Surely we can get Drake. We don't care about the Wukong, do we?
Taking out both Kalist and
Do we?
Yahoo was devastating for KC
Yes, we do.
in that one. They should be able to just fall back over towards the dragon and pick that up, but it looked so good for KC.
The risk of going for the dragon is you don't have a smite.
Nemmer did really well in that fight. He's been playing amazing.
You could probably out damage it with Nemesis and with Baus, but do you want to risk going 2-2 on the
I feel like they should just pull the trigger on the Drake there. Just immediately. Boom, take it. If Wukong walks up, just kill him. If not, like, and ironically, you can burst that Drake better, bigger than the smite. I don't know.
Once more for Nemesis. Immediately takes out Yahoo. Kalist goes next, and now it's KC. Rector's trying to buy time.
They're too late.
There's the Drake over to KC.
And that was my worry, was if you
It's not terrible, but could have had Soul Point here and then just protected the Baron until Soul Point, actual Soul, and then force KC to pick between them. Makes it super awkward to play against. Yeah, it's going Death Dance, makes a lot of sense. Great item. It's going in there, makes him tanky enough to be able to go in, get the kill together with Nemesis and that Orianna ultimate, and then get the Death Dance reset. That makes you insanely tanky, and just overall the item has incredible stats for how OP the passive is. Also gives some extra armor against Gnar and Wukong. So, really big. Good item. I think I would have built this. Also, you don't buy HP, so Gnar just doesn't shred you with this W.
Value starts to tick to 16. He's a massive threat in these fights. Nemesis, we've already seen. A third item going to come through for Crowny, which means he's going to be massive as well.
Alright, yeah, Veldroid's getting annoying as hell. Oh no, boss is too deep. Get out. Oi, oi, oi. Kalist used both his summoners, so. But if they get Baron, it's obviously worth. But if they can hold on, that death is like super worth, but I think that Baron is just gone now.
Doesn't matter, Crowny has to reset. The only way that this can work is if Nemesis was to get some massive shockwave, and that ends it right there. But look at the positioning from KC. They're going to threaten mid-wave, deny any access, and lost their tones. They want to just move on to the bot wave that was stacking and try and at least get
too deep. I understand it, but it's tough. It's really tough against this Lulu. Especially if we know Philos has sums. Get bot tower down.
Nemesis will take down this tier 2. Meanwhile, though, Kana has decided to push through
we're losing top and mid, though.
KC
Why are we giving mid?
The rest of his team can try and delay. Yahoo in the mid lane as well is going to look for a tier 2
That's
of
3
his own.
plates. Mid.
Sack your bot tier
Whole
2.
top.
You force Nemesis and Velia to run all the way away.
I'll get him.
You managed to get a tier 2 on top side and a lot of damage.
Ah, I didn't see him.
Kana escapes with that Baron buff empowered recall. Yike still looking. Nemesis able to walk his way away.
Yeah, he needs to be careful. The Reckless going to find him here.
Oh.
Just in time.
It's gonna be tough to kill him though. Yeah, Azir is just Azir. Well, let's just keep pushing maybe, please. I need that Death Dance ASAP. Maybe they just want to force the fight early to not let him siege with Baron. A strategy I enjoy quite a bit. You just send the fight, even if they do win the fight, maybe they can have one guy left, maybe two, and they can't use Baron to just siege down every single lane, so you just send it, fight, they also spend time in the fight, and then reset, somebody dies, maybe get a free kill, and then they have to restabilize, and you force them to waste the Baron.
And because of that, you can see KC,
this Baron doesn't give that much fighting stats that they used to do in the past. It was more about fighting. You were just super strong. Now it's all about the sieging, so I actually like to just pick fights. Even if they just complete it, just like force that fight, chase them down, because no matter what, they have to recall, and then you waste their time. So even if you go 2 for 3.
As weird as it sounds, I think Lost Tones are kind of
I still, or like 3 for 2. I still think it's worth it. You know?
Totally agree.
Or even just 1 for 1 helps a lot, because then they can't have that extra guy in the side lane.
Towards that 4th item that Nemesis has, that 10-stack Medjai's and a blasting one we talked about. Busio and Yike trying to deny as much vision as they can. They know perhaps there's an avenue to attack.
Come on, Boss, what are you going to do? Yeah, it would have been super tough to play full damage here. You had to go for the Aphelos, but the problem is you're just getting insta-polymorphed, and then you're just dead. But with this build, you can hang on. You can do a lot of damage, not fully one-shot, a lot of damage, survive the polymorph, and be a little bit more useful for your team.
Just in time for this dragon fight, 40 seconds.
Look at this now though, 4 items, Boss is sitting on 2.5.
I think they're a relatively good spot. Kana actually
tough.
level 20, fully stacked on the XP advantage, and looking to see what he can find in the jungle.
Just constantly meandering his way in the jungle. If Crocs do spawn, Yike could look for them. The rest of KC are on their way down. Yahoo using the Sun Disc here.
He's also level 20, this Kana is so big. Yeah, Yike's not doing anything here, that's a way to cooldown. Yeah, Boss just have to zone with his Q. I don't think he can do anything. Scary Q. And ironically, I think they could have killed him there if Boss went in when it was mini. I think they could have 100% or like 100-0'd him. Maybe not through the stacks. But if he didn't get to transform, he's also not getting the big Stark shield, so they could have maybe changed to see them kill them. I'm not sure. Would have been close.
And now KC need to go for their resets, clear out that top wave. A couple of pings coming down on it. Lost Tones are going to try and push through bot, but there's no tier 2 there.
Oh, look at that top wave.
All they're going to do is push the wave into Yahoo.
Well, I was going to say Yahoo can't really stick around by himself because you still have that point and click from the boss to maybe take him out. And there's a lot of members running up towards that top side, but it looks like Lost Tones just going to back away, lick their wounds, and hope that in 2 minutes' time at this Baron, they can actually find the fight.
Oh, it's Lost of Tones really good 0-3. I had big hopes. I did. I know I knew it was going to be tough, but they played so well in the early game. Really rough about that one fight in the river, which really screwed them up. Yeah, they were doing so well, but then they just give up that. They gave up the 1k gold lead, and that's been the one that just stuck ever since. And then Balsa's matchup has been really rough, made a couple of mistakes. I think he had a couple of opportunities. I think he had one big trade on bot lane where he just like died straight up, lost the full tower.
So if you are following the flowchart of build a Kindle Gem, build a thing, Redemption doesn't do that anymore. Yes.
Otherwise, he's played fine now. Tried to proxy, tried to survive.
We'll see where Reckless goes with his.
Forgot to see the whole laning phase. We don't have Pro View anymore. Why don't we have Pro View, right? It was so good. I guess it's not to be able to study too well, but I thought like they had access. So why not give the public access? I don't get it. So much to learn and interesting to watch. I actually agree with this build though. I do. I do agree with this build.
Yeah, they changed it to AP. It's been to Codex and the Forbidden Eye.
Some will say that second wind is better, but second wind has been nerfed quite a lot. And also, yes, people will say bone plating so easy for good players to play around, but there's also easy to play around for you. So as long as you play safely, save your bone plating, use your Q and engage correctly, you can actually play with it instead of the enemy team playing around it. Oh, we're going straight for the... this... not working. Why didn't Neme ult? Yeah, it's cooked. I don't know why Nemesis didn't ult. Yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this fight because I think it's cooked here. I think Baus did a great job. This is the same thing that I do. So I'm gonna show you. He fakes going in on the Zir. So he gives a little bit of CC here because he can't reach Aphelos with the Q anyways. He can Q flash on him, yes, but it doesn't really matter. So he Qs on the Zir, CCs him, ults onto another target, so he fakes him out, so Aphilos actually walks up. So if Nemesis pays attention here, I think Nemesis should be over here. I don't know why he's over here. There's no one to attack here. It's all about being here. So I think Nemesis is making a mistake by not positioning this way. Like, I guess he's zoning him, but like, it makes sense for Veldra to go on this guy. Nemesis positions over here to the soft targets. And we get the ultimate here, so I guess that's why he didn't ult. I thought he would just ult the Azir and one-shot him. Because Orianna ult here, couple of auto attacks with Vi, I think he just insta-dies, and then we can fight. But I also like this. To Q the Azir, he will go out, escape with low health, bounce ults onto the Aphelios, and then we just send the shockwave in here. I think that I actually think Baus played this really well. I think Nemesis and his team making a mistake by just looking over here, like play around this fight, and then Nori is going to be completely useless. So I think this is just poor focus by them, and just ignore this. Make Veldra push off those guys and be distracted, and then we can just yeah. Orianna ultimate here, but now he sees it, but now it's too late, so now he gets knocked up, he can't get the ultimate off, and now Baus is on his own against these guys, and now Veldra is over here. Veldra should push off these guys, we should fight over here. I don't know, I think that's a winning fight, and I actually genuinely think Baus did a really good job there. It's close, he's still holding out ultimate, he's looking for it. If he gets a Q in here, ultimate, because Aphilos no flash, he just dies. He just, at least he goes. It was good spacing there though. Predicts it, nice ultimate. So it was actually really well played by Kalist at that point. But I think Baus did correctly there. That's a really important trick to queue onto someone on the front line, then ult into the back line, because also you're going to hit multiple people with your ultimate many times. So you queue there, you fake them a bit, and at least you're using your ultimate instead of just going in the straight line. You can actually queue onto them, CC them, ult another target, CC them again, and hit the ultimate on them and push them away to get more space to focus down the targets. Really important when you're team fighting. That's GG, isn't it? Yeah, it is. GG. We're gonna watch the Nexus explode. Talk about this game. Sad to see them lose again. But what can we learn from it? It's a 4k gold lead, which is tough. He had a couple of oopsie poopsies. Not gonna lie. Overall, he played well though. I wish I could see more of the laning phase. He did really well in the early game. Veldra pathing bot here, I think makes sense because people likes to play for Drakes now. I think we can also path top this game. Get Baus ahead, because if you do get ahead in this lane, you can just perma all in a Gnar when he's low on energy or rage or whatever it is. That with Vi, it's so important to stay that little bit ahead. Then you're disgusting because you can perma go in with your Q. But if you're slightly behind, you're always going to lose a little bit in those trades. You're just eventually going to bleed out and you have no way of winning. So that's quite tough. You can always be useful with finding good ultimate, nice engages like Baus did there, but they didn't quite capitalize. Nemesis played amazing, I think, until that very last fight. So that was a little bit sad to see. I genuinely think they could have won that fight, either by just one-shotting Giayu immediately and then shifting their focus, because then would have all the rest of the spells and Kalist would be forced to play a bit different there. Or just, yeah, if you position differently, he could have just put the ball on Baus, get the double ultimate on Busio and Kalist. If not, Busio would maybe have flashed the ultimate, I'm not sure. And I think it would have gotten Kalist straight into GA. You have your cooldowns again, you just kill him when he's out. And I think that would have been actually really good. I think they got a little bit distracted. A little bit sad to see they're a little bit disjointed. You saw that on the fight earlier too. I actually want to rewatch that fight. I wonder what happened.
Just don't hold that.
Because they were doing so well here. As you can see, they had lead in every single lane, and then this happens. So I understand he goes for this. Reckless has to flash this, and then they're fine, because then they can fight this guy. We can pull him around, or we're just out, and we got a fine trade on Giayu. Instead, he gets caught, rooted, loses all the HP, polymorphs, so he actually has to flash that, and then I think they're fine. They got the scuttle, he's a little bit poked out, then we got the push in bot lane. Now we could have went into Drake, because then Nemesis would have prio over the Kiayu, push in the mid, push in bot, and now we can go back into Drake. Tough though. I'm not going to say I would have done better. Absolutely not. They're much better players than me. Anyways, I think Pals did fine here. I think there's rooms for improvement, but overall they did pretty well. It's a tough Vi game to play, and he did his best. We also had a 1-fight, and are we going to look at that? We had the big oopsie poopsie Q here. That's the one.
Through the entirety of the fight, so you need that.
Here, he Qs the wave. Does he see him? I think he's just... he walked off. Maybe he doesn't see him. Is he sitting straight out of vision? No, he has vision on him here. He just doesn't care. I think you can just play, because Kana is playing like he does. Just like, hit the wave down with the E. You're almost getting your second E up. You can just clear this with your E. If you're able to find some sort of way on him, just like bait him in a bit, look. I think you win this when Kana is on 0. I'm pretty sure he wins if he gets the Q on him. He's level 16, and it's not the easiest, but you can win this if you can land with fully charged Q on him. I think you do win, but it's going to be very hard, of course. But yeah, this one was very tough. Before that, he did really well. He died one time when he was proxying. He's behind there, reducing plates and so on, but he didn't really get much tension either. So, but this one was tough. This one was brutal. But anyways, nice try, boss. Let me know if you want some help. You're doing well though. I'd love to see you get a win too. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought this was fun. I hope to see more Vi top. Hopefully he doesn't get Vi buff nerfed. I mean, Vi actually does deserve some buffs, even though we see her in pro play right now. I don't know. Whatever. See you guys. Bye.